What's going down? Welcome back to FTS Network for a special presentation by your boy Dre and my guy Freeze. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
up with it?
Y'all already know Freeze if you be messing with the top 50-ish black TV shows of our time. If you not messing with that, you missing out. And
You
you lame.
sleep, and in your bed comfortable, and you know what I'm saying. I hope you go to work tomorrow.
So me and Freeze is here because we had you stupid. We had a really interesting conversation that we had started having. A little funny. It started off so funny, and it was like, I don't think niggas really think this thing through. People
You
don't
know what
really
I'm
think
saying?
this question
They
through.
don't think it through. They don't.
So I'm pulling up me a shot before we get into this.
Man, you froze a little bit. Your internet tripping?
I don't know, bro. It don't tell me when it's tripping. I'm not froze on my side though. I'm still silky smooth with the peanut butter skin. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
They be
what.
saying the
Hey,
boy.
I hope that's recording your side, not my side, then. Because over
Oh, well,
here,
look.
you one of them South Dallas trappers, boy. You chopped and screw right now.
Hey, well, everybody HD on my side, so you know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
that's what we like, then, baby. Then we in there, baby. Let's go.
We stupid. So okay, straight to the question on my nigga. Y'all see
Straight
the
to it.
title of it is, you know what it is. The question was, what kind of slave would you be?
What kind of slave would you have been? You feel me? I was just
What would you
interested
be?
back when
Go
this
ahead.
came up. You know, what I'm saying I just proposed this question to Dre because I feel like most people, you know, what I'm saying have this inflated sense of self, if you would, and they really be on their gas. Like most cats, these cats out here now, they be like, "Oh yeah, bro, we would have with me if it was me, I would have just killed the master." And they like, oh, because you don't believe none of them tried that. That's what's up. Like you don't think nobody ever tried to kill the master. That's what's up. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't think
You think they
nobody
was
ever
just
thought kill Massa?
nobody. You the first one to come up with that unique idea. That's what's up. Then they like, oh, I would have ran. And those are my favorite. I love the I would have ran crowd. You know
But
why?
look, before we get to I
Hold
would have ran, let's actually walk it back, bro, because it's
on, hold on,
levels to
hold
this,
on.
right?
I want to get this off my. No, go ahead.
You
Go
stupid.
ahead.
Before
Go
we get,
ahead.
because there's levels to this. It does go to I would have ran, but it starts off with just, you know, what you think your baseline life would be like before we, because this is the thing. Niggas be saying they would have ran. They be saying, uh, I wouldn't I would have been in there. They could have just told me what to. I'm not just gonna be outside picking nobody cotton all day. Like they wouldn't have listened. They would have ran. They would have been
That's
doing all the stuff. Anything Master say, they was gonna do the opposite. That's let them tell it. That's the truth. But first of all, that mentality is kind of disrespectful to all the people who didn't do that, because it's just like basically saying they was all bitches. Basically,
just
y'all
true.
was some bitches and some bitch ass niggas, because a nigga like me couldn't have been me,
Right. Because you would have did.
because
But
you
like
would have done that.
what I was saying a minute ago before my homie cut me off. But what I was saying about them boys was them same ones that we talk about they would have ran, they still at that same job that they've been talking about for the last X amount of years. And they gonna keep talking about it. But they
Ain't
would have
even
ran though.
won't even go to HR.
They would have ran though.
They won't even make a complaint to HR because they don't want retaliation from their manager.
You know what
But
I'm
they
saying?
would have ran from the
But
master
they
and
would
slaved
but they
them.
would have ran though.
You
Because it was
right.
that easy. Because it was that easy, you know what I'm saying? It was a dotted line. It just appeared out of nowhere. And if you follow it, you'll just find freedom at the end. Like,
And then it was a solid line, and if you get over it, you free.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, no, once you get to the north, they would have just
It's over. You
and
made
they
it.
would have killed every whitey on their way if they needed to. Bro, that's crazy, bro. It's just a crazy thought. And so it just
It's a
got me
crazy
thinking.
thought.
It got me
But it's
thinking like
based in, go ahead, my bad.
I mean, it just got me thinking like really, really, like for me, what kind of slave would you have been? Like, would you have been an old agreeable, you know what I'm saying, just do what master say ass nigga? Like what kind of who was you gonna be? And for me, I'm gonna I'll keep it all the way 100. It go back to what Dre was bringing up a second ago. We gotta talk about conditions. The number one condition, like I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. Let me tell you something that most people don't even consider. My mama, man, where my mama at? Is my mama at the same plantation as me? Then we gonna be here till she die. At least me and my folks. Then we might be out. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It might not even be my mama. It might be Big Mama. If Big Mama's still alive, we might stay here till Big
but
Mama, and
niggas
then we
don't think
out.
about that because the point that you bringing up is that your whole family is here. It's and you could be this more simple as you know how fucked up it is in America. We free as fuck right now. Everybody, oh, when Trump got elected, motherfuckers, I leave this bitch and go to Canada. Why really won't you go to Canada? Everybody you know and love live here. So you will have to give up everything to make that decision, even if everything to you is nothing. And I think where the reason why we thought that this was an interesting topic to even bring up is because we look at this from a more intellectual level of what were things really like. Because what people think about is just imaginary concept slavery. I'm imaginary concept slave. It's like, no, like these were real conditions. These were real people. So if you were a slave, first of all, where do you live? Because everybody has this imagination that like slaves was outside in the heat picking cotton all day. But that might be true if you lived in Alabama, but it was slaves in places that weren't quite that hot, where they weren't picking cotton, where the work was, it was slaves working on boats. You know what I'm saying? It was slaves doing work that had to be done early in the morning. It was slaves doing things. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where you live, the work you doing, the status you hold within the concept of slavery, because that's what made me think about it. Because when I think about myself as a slave, I think about the intangibles about me that wouldn't change, not the information that I have now, because you wouldn't have that. I still would have been smart.
I'm saying for me, I agree. For me, you know what I'm saying? I'm an empath. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the empaths out there. I'm an empath, so I can feel like somebody's position, and so when most people watch a movie or a TV show or something like that, they watching it from the perspective of the hero or the main character, if you would. I be seeing the side characters, you know what I'm saying? And this came up when me and Dre were talking originally, but at the very beginning of a very famous slave movie, Django, you know what I'm saying? He gets freed out of a line of like seven, you know what I'm saying, 8 people, you know what I'm saying? And them boys get left with a choice, you know what I'm saying? And my empathy kicked in. I was like, man, like that's a deep choice. Because like they really had a deep choice. He was like, hey,
Straight up.
look, you can go over there, you know what I'm saying? You can pull that horse off that white man who just had you chained up, you know what I'm saying? And you can take him and drag him X amount of miles that way, and you know what I'm saying, go back to being slaves. Or y'all could kill him and run. By the way, the North is that way.
That way.
You know what I'm saying? And you got a choice. You really got to make that choice. And everybody's like, oh, that's an easy choice. That's an easy choice. It's an easy choice to run for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
To the unknown.
Now for me,
to the unknown. Run to the unknown for the rest of your life.
If that's me and my homies, I'm not going to keep it all the way funky. We out in that particular situation.
Because you've been forced to be.
Because they were not on a plantation and they were forced into that situation by someone else. Someone else showed up and killed the people they was with and killed one of the horses and pretty much left them out there naked with a white dude with a horse on his leg who had been calling them all kinds of ungodly things. So there was really only one decision in that choice, but everybody don't see it that way. Put yourself back. You know what I'm saying? Go watch a show like, see, y'all need to jump back and watch our other show, you know what I'm saying? But go back and watch something like Underground and see what it's like to be there with your mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Your mama, your sister or brother, your little brother, your little sister. Come on, man. You making different choices, man. Like a lot of y'all promise y'all ride or die. And if you really believe that about yourself, you wouldn't have ran. You would not have ran. You would have stayed right there. But for me, it's all about the conditions. Number one condition is my mama there. Now, if you got me split up away from my mama, now you probably got an argument. You might be able to convince me to be like, hey, Big Will, we need you to lift everybody up over this fence. We're going to try to get you out too, but we need you to at least lift everybody. You might get me to do that. And I might die for y'all, by the way, because I might believe in it that much. You know what I'm saying? But it just depends on the conditions. Them conditions would have to be terrible. If Master was even not beating us on a regular, y'all wouldn't have no argument with me, bro.
I mean, bro, listen.
Especially
It
if we
depend
do.
on
I'm saying,
where you been, where
mhm,
you at,
what you
what
know.
you do where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's why I was saying what I was saying about how I look at it as you as an individual, you got to keep your same intangible. So like you would still be a big nigga. I'll still be a smart nigga. You know what I'll probably be doing? Something master dumbass needed done by a smart nigga.
First of all, nigga, I'm very smart, nigga. Chill.
I know, but they would have never found out.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. So they can exploit me, have me in there building and lifting shit.
They
Nah,
wouldn't have listened to you. You'd have been trying. They'd have been like, "Yeah, my nigga," but can't nobody lift niggas over fences like you. You better not do it to no help. Whatever, regardless, nigga. Even if you two was a smart nigga and they never realized this nigga big and strong and can push shit around, it
That's what they
still
let me know.
changes. It changes what you do every day because it changes the level of necessity that they have with you. It's just like having a job. If you entry level position, you know what I'm saying, and that's what they see you as, and they'll treat you different. If they know at the end of the day when you don't come to work and shit that can't get done, they treat you like that.
That's true.
Why I can't beat this nigga. To be honest with you, I can't beat this nigga as bad as I can beat y'all because he has to be there tomorrow because no one else can do what he can do.
I'm
You know what
gonna
I'm
be honest
saying?
with you. The craziest part, the thing that I have always been afraid of, and this happened to me when I was real young. It also actually happened to my wife when we was real young, which is kind of scary. But when we were actually like learning about slavery and stuff, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, hey," they'd be like, "Stand up, Will, come here." They'd stand me up next to the biggest girl in the class and be like, "Oh yeah," they would be forced to mate over and over and over and just produce large children. Like what?
Definitely.
What?
Definitely. But I mean,
That's
honestly,
wild, G.
in a world full of slaves, my nigga, if you the nigga who gotta get the mandatory pussy,
Nah, bro. Listen, let me tell you why.
you
And this
saying
might
that,
listen. Let me just tell you why. Let me tell you why
tell
though.
me why.
Imagine in a world where we slaves, but I done already met my wife. I don't even want that pussy, man.
I hear you. But if you go on a plantation where they doing you that bad, you probably still living better than niggas around you.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's your everyday existence. And at
Nah,
some
not
point,
if you at a breeding farm. I don't think so.
oh no, yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm
But see
saying?
that even that just goes into speaking like how different individual experiences within the concept of slavery would have been. So it's like, what would you have done? Would you have ran? Would you have done this? Because like you had talked about, your biggest thing would have been is my mama here. I feel like my biggest thing would have been, do I think we can make it all the way?
That's real.
What you couldn't get me to do is run on no, well, we don't want to be here shit. Well, duh, we don't want to be here. But where are we going?
But though we don't want to be
Away?
here, Chance.
Oh, I don't know if away sound good enough to me. I've been around this slave thing long enough to see what happens to niggas who try and go away and just come back. That nigga don't have no balls on the bottom of his dick, bro.
Or no foot.
Or no foot. Or some shit like that. I'm not, you would have to come, I would have to think we was gonna make it. That would be my number one. That's my number one rule for running. I have to think we're gonna make it. At least 50-50. It's
I
gotta
think
at
every
least be the
slave.
50-50 chance.
I think every slave ever thought they was gonna make it, bro. Every
Yeah, but
slave that
but we
started that
smart
shit
niggas,
thought they was
bro.
gonna make that.
It be niggas who think that they gonna get rich doing shit niggas don't get rich doing.
True.
It be niggas who think shit gonna materialize without the work. And that's why I'm saying you gotta realize you will be in a world with those niggas. So even if motherfuckers came to you on some let's run away from master shit, they give you a plan and you like, okay, that plan can work. Who doing it with us? And then they start naming off the niggas off the plantation who's supposed to pull this off with you. And you like, we gotta rely on Terrence, bro. Like, so you telling me that if Terrence don't do his part, we gonna get caught?
Bro, don't do my nigga T like that.
Okay, look, I wasn't thinking about your dog Terrence. I was trying to think of a random day that I didn't have nobody super close to me.
You good? You Terrence, bro.
Yeah. Shout out my nigga T. You know what I'm saying? Grew up Roller Hills, you know what I'm saying? Bishop Elementary type shit.
Wait, y'all was wild.
But you feel what I'm saying though, bro? When you gotta look at it like that, and you like, can I rest it on this nigga? Can I rest it on these group of niggas? Do you know if it took 5 people all on the same page to escape, do you got 5 homies you could escape slavery with? I don't either. I don't either.
Stop. That's gonna all do their part, show up on time and do their part, and not
show up on time.
and not
Hell
on
no.
you in the end. No, I'm good. and not tell them, hey, and not tell if they get caught. Stop.
No,
I don't.
I don't have 5 niggas I could escape slavery with. I have 4 niggas max. Max, I have 4 niggas, and that's assuming that they on time because of the pertinence of what's going on. Because one of the niggas who I know would be down, I ain't never seen him on time.
For nothing.
Nothing. And I know that he's one of your niggas too. I know that he's in your 5. If you got to pick 5 niggas, I know he makes your 5, and I know you know that nigga's always late too. So it's like,
I don't know. He makes my 5. I'm not absolutely positive who you're talking to. Don't say no names, but I'm not sure he makes my 5.
Well, anyway, niggas make my 5. Well, I'm like, I don't know if they'll make it on time. So that means that ultimately, not a win.
All I'm saying is you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to, you obviously convince me that we're gonna make it, but you got no chance if my mom's is there. You know what I'm saying? I think you got little to no chance if I got a wife and kids there. Like, you know,
I didn't think about that either. I mean, but then it's like you say that, right? But again, we talk about depending on condition. If the conditions were so bad where y'all were, it will almost be the opposite.
Right.
Now, if things is terrible where we at, and that's the part where niggas don't want to be real with themselves. If you was just a regular run-of-the-mill slave on a plantation where all they did was not pay you for the work, you probably wouldn't leave, bro.
You probably wouldn't leave.
You probably wouldn't leave. Like, even if you are I would leave slavery ass nigga,
right.
Even if presented with a decent plan, if I was on a plantation where they were where they weren't hitting us, if we wasn't getting beat, we was just working and lived in a smaller non-air conditioned home behind the bigger non-air conditioned home that the white people lived in, but all my friends, family, and loved ones is right here with me, I'm probably not leaving.
My point is, most of y'all already doing that. Most of y'all already live down the street from the white people who got a bigger house than you. You work at their company. You don't make the money you should. You got a physical job. They beating your body up, beating your mind up. You're not getting paid. It's pretty much the same thing you're doing right now, and you're not running.
And you're not running. You're not even being disciplined enough to just get yourself out of the situation within the construct of freedom. You know real freedom, not segregation freedom that you would have been running to immediately within the ongoings of slavery, where your existence in a free state is still a crime because you're a fucking fugitive because you were born a slave.
Now, I'm gonna take this to another level. If there was an opportunity for me to be the inside source on getting the other slaves free, I'd stay and get y'all free if I could. Some people gonna think that's stupid. See? Some people.
I don't think it's stupid. I don't think it's stupid. You would be a nigga of folklore. I would be like, bro, you want to know who the realest nigga is?
Say Harriet Tubman just needed a plug on the inside to get all the homies out. I would stay and get the homies out, especially if they was going to ensure that they never found out that it was me. Like nobody knew it was me doing it. They just think Harriet Tubman come in here and get these slaves out. I'd be like, say less. What I gotta do? Lift them over the fence tonight? Come on, bro. What if Master catch you? You're like, he's not gonna catch me, bro. Because that's how I think. I'm gonna be like, nah, we're gonna be smart. We're gonna go out there and look, we're gonna watch it for the week. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a whole plan. Especially if you got me involved, it's a plan. That's what I do, bro. I make plans, man. I'm not gonna even be down with you if it's not no plan. If it's just like, hey man, we need to show up tonight at 9, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I gotta be back at the cabin at 9. I can't even be, you know what I'm saying? I can't even. For real, bro. But like, if I could be the plug on the inside, I'd be like, hey, I got y'all, bro. Like y'all trying to run.
Me.
Let me page Harriet real quick. I got y'all. We're gonna get y'all on the next train up out of here.
If it's a way out, if it's a plug on the way out, and I know it's an actual way out, so to be a plug, you would have to see niggas successfully make it several times. I see one nigga make it, and y'all like, we going again. I'm going. And that's the thing that niggas don't want to be real about. They want to be like, oh, I'm doing whatever. No, for me, certain things have to line up for me to take the risk. That's just how I am. I'm not like a super risk taker ass nigga. Like I'm kind of logical in the way that I think and make decisions. But as soon as I seen it work, one time, Freeze. One time. I see one nigga get from slavery to freedom and somebody come back and say, we running it back. Do you want to come? My nigga, first of all, do I want to come? And if they offer me, they like, hey, we need somebody to stay on the inside. You can come or you can be that nigga on the inside. I'll be like, hey, can I not bring everybody this time right now? They're like, damn, it don't work like that. I'm like, man, well, listen, fam. When the rapture comes, there will be people who are left behind, but they will still have a chance to find the Lord.
Bro, listen.
They will still have a chance.
I don't like. I'm a real believer in survivor's remorse, and like I just don't think that I would be the type to be able to be free and like, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, like I just, you know what I'm saying, in my life, you know what I'm saying, we grew up in the mud, so when I stopped living from check to check, really stopped living from check to check, I ain't really know what to do, but like to still watch and that empathy kick in with the homies, like that junk still hurt. It hurt now, so I know that I couldn't have been. I got free and my homies still back. I'm an old Harriet Tubman ass nigga. Like I would be like, well, I'm just gonna go back and get the homies. The thing that sucks is like I'm not built for that. Harriet was built for that. You know what I'm saying? She was built shifty like Emmett. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I'm not that dude. You know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of you for that, my nigga. And I love that about you because you my homie and shit.
I'm an offensive tackle. I gotta block somebody. I can't be out there maneuvering the night and shit.
I would have been off in Baltimore. I would have been off in Baltimore developing a weird ass accent, talking about I wish my homie could have came chew.
You're stupid. You're stupid, bro. You're stupid.
I wish my homie could have came chew.
You're stupid. I'm not even gonna mess with you, bro. I got loved ones from B-Boy now. I can't even do my fake accent. I'm not gonna even do it.
Hey man, it is what it is, bro.
But real talk.
That's it, man. That's all I got on this, bro. It was just some random shit you gonna get from me and my nigga sometime, bro?
Yeah, every now and again, man. We was just thinking. I was just wondering. Hey, man, y'all sound off. I know some of y'all gonna be real mad at this. Y'all gonna call us Uncle Toms and some other shit because we wouldn't ran with you and all in your bougie plan. Mm-hmm. But when you get off from that job that you ready to quit tomorrow, just hit me in the comments and we can chop it up. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, but hit me up before you got to be back at work tomorrow because you're not going.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Because you're not. You're not. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas the manager for a company you hate talking about that nigga Steven, a bitch ass nigga. But you be writing niggas up for being late to work. Like you're Steven.
Like
you're Steven, nigga. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like,
they be killing me. My favorite was, bro, they be killing me when they be like, the general manager is this and that and the other. And I'd be like, but when he tell you to do stuff, do you do it? And they'd be like, he the general manager. He'd be like, okay.
Nigga.
You could just leave. And I always say that. I'm like, bro, you could just leave. And they'd be like, oh, but I'm going to keep it a buck. When I fell low, I had to go back to class to get a new job. So there's always options out there, man. What kind of slave would you have been, though? What kind of slave are you now? Well, maybe we'll talk about that next time. Holla at me, man.
Hey, man. It's always been real, man. Make sure y'all like the videos. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave comments, you know what I'm saying?
Because we love them.
We need them. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you click the link in the description, bro. That'll send you to the podcast and shit. Y'all niggas not fucking with the podcast. Fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? See, my best friend doesn't listen to my podcast, so y'all should listen. I need every view I can get, nigga. No, but no cap, man. Check that shit out, man. Make sure y'all like all of this shit, man. Go follow all the social media platforms so you can watch me half-ass post on them bitches, man. Shout out to my guy. Appreciate you for coming through as always, my G.
It's always a pleasure, man. Holla at me.
All right, man. We out. Peace.